Hello, my name is Esai Quiñones, and today I want to be presenting to you about Breaking Barriers, a legacy of resilience in Mexican American studies. So a little bit about me. My name is Esai Quiñones. I'm your typical teenager. I like to play video games, hang out with friends, and involve myself in extracurriculars. I'm a 7th grader at Brentwood Steam School of Innovation, where, like I said, I am involving myself in many extracurriculars. I'm one of the 5 co-founders of Mexican American Studies Independent Students Taking Action, otherwise known as Masistas. We have a web presence, and we marched at the Cesar Chavez March, and we are a group trying to bring students all throughout San Antonio to connect through Mexican American Studies. I am also a former member of the Mexican American Studies Club at Las Palmas Elementary, and I am a huge MAS advocate. Throughout this presentation, you may hear me say MAS or Mexican American Studies. Both of these mean the same thing. So the first person I would like to talk about is Emma Tenayuca. She was an activist right here in San Antonio who worked for the pecan shellers, and they were working in harsh conditions and made about $2 an hour. These people, like I said, these people had harsh conditions, so she founded the Pecan Shellers Union to fight for better for better conditions and for better working qualities and pay. These pecan shellers did end up getting better pay and better working conditions. While her activism is well known here in San Antonio for being one of a really young activist here. She also helped Dolores Huerta and Cesar Chavez, who founded the United Farm Workers. These people still exist. This group does still exist today. They started in the 1950s through 60s, starting with the National Farm Workers Association, which was later renamed the United Farm Workers in 1962. Both of these activists, parents, and whole family were farm workers, and they worked in harsh conditions and got really low pay. So these decided to form a union, which, like I said, was the United Farm Workers, and they got better pay and better working conditions. So the next event actually happened right here in this building. It was the Edgewood Walkouts. Over 400 students, mainly juniors, seniors, and Latinos, walked out to highlight the poor qualities that lower income districts had. So these students many of them weren't expected to go to college. They weren't expected to get any form of higher education. Most of them were expected to go straight into the workforce or the military. So they decided to walk out because they wanted better education. They wanted better income for their school districts to get a better education and to get more out of what their education should be. So coming from that is the Edgewood v. Kirby case, which happened 1968 through 1989. Several Mexican American students filed a class action suit, which went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and on a 5-4 vote, better income came to the school districts. This is one great way to show that how communities can break barriers, especially in Mexican American studies. One of the demands from the Edgewood v. Kirby case was curriculum development, which later came for Mexican American studies history classes, courses, and degrees. These focus on the history, contributions, and cultures of Mexican Americans. One great college right here in this area is UTSA that does offer Mexican American studies degrees. Scholarships and research are also big things. We're starting to see an increase in scholarships and research now due to the increased curriculum development and the Edgewood v. Kirby case. The Moss Teachers Academy is one great place for educators to start research projects and to learn more about Mexican American studies if they choose to support it. While all of this is happening, though, opposition to Mexican American studies still does exist today. National conferences are also a big thing now. National conferences, we're seeing more facilitated and collaboration and resources for advocates, students, and teachers. I was actually just at a conference a couple of days ago where I was presenting at the Mexican American Studies Youth Conference. It's a really great way for students to connect with each other and learn more about Mexican American studies, learn more about their culture. Youth empowerment is also a big thing. Youth are starting to become activists more to learn about their community and their rights. This is a logo from Mexican American Studies Independent Students Taking Action, which was the group I said I was in earlier, Masistas. Um, we were at the Cesar Chavez March, and we are now advertising more to get our voice out there because we deserve to learn about ourselves. So, what I hope you guys can take away from this, students, I hope you learn to take pride for who you are. Know that you can work together to form your own mosque course or class, or even a club. Educators, I hope you learn why we choose to support this, and I hope you can continue to support us if you already do. Or if you didn't really know about this, I hope now that you know about it, you can choose to support us. And advocates, thank you for supporting us. And everybody else, just thank you in general.